Hello everyone, it's Daisy here again with another recipe video. So this time around we cooked something light for mommy's birthday. I cooked turmeric rice with a sauce. So in the pan you want to heat up some oil. Depending on what you're after, you can do vegetable oil, sunflower oil, avocado oil, or anything you prefer. Then you put in your onions and your garlic for aromatics, and then you put in your turmeric. Fry the turmeric a little bit, or fry all of that a little bit, and when it starts to gain the color, it's time to put in the rice. Then you put in your washed rice into the pot. You mix it together. Make sure it is mixed properly, because if not, some part of your rice will be white, some part of your rice will be yellow. So you need to take your time to make sure this is mixed thoroughly. So I spent a lot of time mixing this, so but it's just to ensure that I can get the color or the mixture to go every part of the food. Or you see how I'm taking my time to mix it? Yeah, that's exactly what you should be doing. Now you put in some salt just to give the rice taste, just so it's not bland and boring. You still, as much as it's turmeric rice, it still needs to taste really nice, you know, and as much as you're having sauce with it, it needs to taste nice. Then we put in some thyme here, again, just this a bit more for aromatics, and of course to give it that herby taste. Then I put in a hot water into the rice. The hot water, you can use warm water or water at room temperature if you prefer, but I use hot water to reduce my cooking time. And then once the rice is cooked and ready, you fluff it up, and then you put in your coriander. This is fresh coriander. I chopped it up, and then I put it in. It does give the rice a taste, like a tangy taste almost, but it's really, really lovely. Right, no matter what you're cooking, always remember to taste your food, okay? Now in a separate pan, we're going to start on our sauce. So we're using beef and prawns for the sauce. It's just a tomato based sauce, so we're gonna fry that up and just leave that in there so it can get crispy. The idea is not for it to burn, or the idea is not for it to be crunchy. You're just trying to get it to be fried almost, okay? And then next we have our prawns in the same pan. You don't need to wash or rinse your pan. The juices is what makes the sauce delicious. So we fry up our sauce, mix that together, and then put in oil into the pan, and now it's time to fry the tomatoes. So it's ideal that you just dehydrate your tomatoes beforehand. If not, you're going to be by this pan for a really, really, really long time, because tomatoes take long. So after it's fried, then you add in your beef, your prawns, you mix everything together until it's time for seasoning. So we'll use a seasoning cube first. I'm just using Knorr. And then put in some salt. Basically you season to taste, you know, you use what you're used to, what you're familiar with. And then we put in bell peppers. I use the yellow, the red as well, but I don't think that made it into the pot, so you just leave that to cook. And yeah, this is the finished product: turmeric rice and sauce.